Merry Christmas, everyone. I decided to go on live today instead of tomorrow because it's Christmas after all. Is anyone there? Is anyone there? I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas. Hello, guys. Hello. I'm going to wait for someone to... There's someone popping up. Hello there. Hi, Lisa. There's already 12 of you guys. And Elizabeth, Merry Christmas. And Jackie, Merry Christmas. And Brenda, Merry Christmas. And Elizabeth, Merry Christmas. And Nikki, Merry Christmas. Hello, everyone. I hope everybody's doing great. I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas. If you didn't, I'm here to say Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. And tomorrow's another day, but I hope everybody had some kind of happiness for their Christmas this year. It's been a not so good 2020, huh? Well, it's almost over. So we're all going to pray together and hope that 2021 will be a much better year for the world, for the United States, for California, for your state, for where you're from, and in your family. And rest in peace to all the 340,000 Americans we lost this year due to COVID-19. So everybody, please stay safe, okay? Wear your mask, wash your hands, social distance, and all that stuff. Well, Merry Christmas. Well, you guys, I already showed you guys, right? Look what I got. Can you guys believe it? Look what I got. A new computer. You guys know how long I've been asking for a new computer, right? It's an Apple computer. It's brand new. You guys know that I haven't had a new computer in 12 years. I got that computer that I was on to sound like a lawnmower. Listen. It's quiet. Before I would have the fan on too, but my computer, my old computer, there she is right there. There she is. The reason why I have to keep her there is because I still have to transfer stuff. And so I'm still going to be using that one until I learn this Apple computer. Okay. So anyway, guys, got a new computer. Remember, I was hoping for one, telling you guys for years and years I needed a new computer. Finally got one, but my old Sony, that was a heck of a computer. That was state of the art back in 2008. All right. So I got the latest computer that Apple has. And you guys know the names of these computers and names of the phones and all that stuff. I do not. All right. So we do have some news. All right, here we go. This is no longer true, but I got to do it this way. Okay, guys, I'm sure my Apple has a phone, but with my Apple computer with its camera, I'm not a phone. I'm sure it has a camera. I can't flip things around, so I'm still going to be doing them on my phone and then using my computer. All right, guys, let's see. All right, let's turn this around. Let's see if I can get the volume to work. Okay, here we go.
We'll never, ever sell Neverland. Neverland is me, you know. It represents the totality of who I am. It really does. I love Neverland. But I will never, ever sell Neverland. Neverland is me, you know. It represents the totality of who I am. It really does. I love Neverland.
All right. But before I go on, why does she have her pinned tweet Black Orchid? I've been giving away Black Orchid in all of my, and this is Karen Faye, in all of my, the Alive trilogy, Alive 4, Prisoner of Fame DVDs, okay? Let you guys smell it, okay? But that goes to show you, yes, that's Michael's favorite. I think I'm going to try to get the Bala Versailles one, if I ever do a Live 5, if I could ever do a Live 5. Well, guys, okay, so I wanted to talk about Ron Burkle. Okay, I think he's a billionaire. You guys can look him up. I think he made most of his money in supermarkets. You know what? I should have looked that up before. But I think he made his money. But anyway, he's a billionaire. And he bought Neverland, reportedly, for $22 million. Now, you got to remember, I believe Michael bought Neverland for $19.5 million in 1987. So it was not a big windfall. Okay. The mortgage that Tom Barack of Colony Capital, who happens to be Trump's buddy, he bought Michael's mortgage from Michael. Okay. Michael signed these papers in 2008. In 2008. So in 2008, before the death announcement, Michael made a deal with Colony Capital, Tom Barack. And what that deal was, Tom Barack would buy the mortgage, I believe, from Bank of America. And he would have 12.5% equity. Equity means that after all the bills are paid and the mortgage is paid, whatever the profit is, Tom Barack of Colony Capital would get 12.5% of it, and Michael would get 87.5% of it. Okay. The reason why I know this, that Michael did not pay a mortgage on there since 2008 for 12 years, is because when I looked at all the estate accounting, you guys know I go through that estate accounting, it always says Neverland 87.50 or $1. $1. Okay, because that's the value. So it didn't have any value to Michael until it was sold and until Tom Barack got his $23.5 million back. Now you got to remember, I would guess that the taxes on that property were probably $100,000 a year, if I was to guess. Okay, so if we take $100,000 a year times 12 years, that's $1.2 million just in taxes. Forget the upkeep. Forget the money that that Tom Barack put in it. Tom Barack was lost about $4 or $5 million in this deal that he did with Michael Jackson. I believe he lost probably about $5 million. Okay, that's a lot of money, but not to a billionaire. It's not. But it's gone. Okay, so Ron Burkle bought it for $22 million. That means at least $1.5 million in the hole. Okay, from the mortgage, plus whatever fees, plus the $1.2 million in taxes, plus whatever money he put in it to keep it up, because the grass needed to be watered. The waterfall had to stay on because you can't leave water stagnant or mosquitoes would come. And we found that out because remember I showed you guys the, what was it called? Over at Havenhurst. Remember? I showed you guys the truck Veltor. What was it called, guys? Anyway, mosquitoes will come. So they had to constantly keep the waterfall going. Okay. And they had to water the grass and they had to have somebody come in and dust and clean it. And, so Tom Barack lost probably about, I'd say $5 million. And he's probably thinking more like 10 million. I'll just say safely, conservatively, about $5 million in that transaction. Michael is the one that signed the deal with Tom Barack, not the estate. It was in 2008, and they changed the name from Neverland to Sycamore Valley Ranch, which was the name before Michael purchased it in 1987-88. All right. Now, let's go. A lot of people are like, Neverland, he would never sell it. He would never sell it. Michael said, what I just played you that's on Karen Faye, it's not true. Okay, Michael did say that, but Michael also said this. Okay, that was in like 2001, 2002, Michael said that. I think it's 2001. Okay, Michael also said this right here. He said, however, this is the Wikipedia for Neverland Ranch. However, Jackson stated he would never live at the property again as he no longer considered the ranch a home and did not return to Neverland. Okay. After it was raided in late 2004, which I believe was November 2004, Michael said the magic's gone. He'll never live there again. So with Karen saying something Michael said before they raided it, doesn't count. Michael's last words and his last behavior was after the 2005 trial. Michael said, I'm never living there again. He had to live there during the trial because where else was he going to stay and have his family stay and everybody stay during that time? Okay, because he had to, during the 2005 trial, he had to stay there. But after he got acquitted, he was out of there and he really never lived there again. Okay, because and I think about Michael and wanting to be like Walt Disney, cryonics. Okay, that's where he got the cryonics idea from. Whether it's true or myth, it was still attached to Walt Disney being cryonically frozen. That was still part of the myth. All right. Michael said that he didn't want to live there anymore. Okay. And he wanted to be like Walt Disney and have a Disneyland for kids, an amusement park, have a Michael land, a Jackson land or something like that. And I think Joe was trying to do it in Korea, I think, somewhere over in Asia. They were trying to get that to happen and it still didn't happen. Okay. So at least now Tom Barak is out of that debt and he can just write it off. He can just write it off some kind of way. Okay. But, the racism, the white supremacist races, okay, probably didn't want a black man. No matter Michael's skin turned white or not, Michael, they still thought of you as black because you are black. You're just black with a skin disease. That's all. Okay. They didn't want black people to own a Disneyland or to compete with a Disneyland. So any little negative thing they could do to destroy Michael's image and destroy who he was and destroy, inspiration for especially, not just black people, but especially black people, they just couldn't have it, and we have tons and tons of examples of just, racist people thinking black people do not deserve the same quality of life or the same quality of success or the same type of money as white people. Because they decided they needed us for slaves. So a lot of people still think of us as beneath them because we were enslaved. Okay. We were enslaved. Okay. And so they think that maybe our brains didn't work or something. But if somebody has a gun and they have an evil mind to use it and to threaten you with it, and they have the ability to chop off your hands and your feet and rape you and rape your children and rape whoever they wanted to anytime they want it with no punishment. Okay, and all the people in power are people that thought of you as beneath them. I'm sorry, but the truth is we're not beneath anyone. We're human beings just like everybody else. Okay, but anyway, so it's done. Neverland is done. Okay. So I'm sorry. I wanted to go to Neverland too. I went to the outside of the gates of Neverland. You can see me there in the Michael Jackson, The Trial and Triumph of the King of Pop documentary. You can see me there at that time. All right. So anyway, racism is so terrible. It's just terrible, 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 terrible. All right. So we got that out of the way. Now you guys know I don't know how to use my computer well yet. This one right here. I don't know how to use it. Okay, so let me go here. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Now, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this. I don't know how to use this computer that good, guys. Okay, I want to talk about this. Here we go. Now, why did the estate post this? And I believe, and you don't have to believe what I believe. I believe through proof, facts, evidence, and clues that Peter Michael Bobby is really Michael Jackson. Only because of all the things that have happened, okay? Now, of course, he wants to undo that he's Michael Jackson. So he posts all kinds of pictures of him and Bobby, who is the decoy, and his family, who's the decoy. And I have no idea why he would be photographed and post online, him standing in line to buy goods for Jackson's empire. You're kind of telling people that they can get it cheaper somewhere else. You know what I mean? So I was just kind of, unless you're just kind of saying, look, I'm not Michael, I'm Bobby Anderson. I'm not Michael, I'm Bobby Anderson. I'm not Michael, I'm Bobby Anderson. Well, Michael used decoys his whole life. When Joe contacted me about buying my documentary, which was called Behind the Scenes of the Michael Jackson Trial, which was eventually renamed to Michael Jackson, The Trial and Triumph of the King of Pop, Joe used a decoy with me. They use decoys all the time. You call them proxies, you call them stand-ins. They used people to do whatever they needed all the time. Okay. That's what rich people do when they don't want people to know. Even Joe told me, he said, when you ask questions, don't tell anybody that I want to buy it, because once they know I'm involved, the price goes up. Okay. They use decoys all the time. Michael used a decoy on stage. I showed that to you in a live 4. So why, when Michael faked his death, wouldn't he already have a decoy set up? Because, Peter Michael Bobby, remember, he wrote me that email from Michael Jackson at michaeljackson.com, right? saying, you might think I'm Bobby Anderson, but I prepared for this months ago because I knew you would think that, but I'm really who you were looking for, right? Remember that? Okay, watch the Alive trilogy, right? Then on Valentine's Day in 2018 or 17, I can't remember. I already did a video on this. The Michael Jackson estate changed their newsletter at michaeljackson.com to michaeljackson@fans.michaeljackson.com. That was a good one. That was that the haters need to be quiet, because I know what I'm talking about. Okay. If you want to know what I have that proves that Peter Michael Bobby, who I've been calling him Bobby for over 3 years, okay, just watch my Alive trilogy, okay, and the Alive Docu-Series. The Alive Docu-Series is Alive 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the e-movie book and A Prisoner of Fame. The e-movie books, Did Suicide, Did Michael Jackson Fake His Death to Save His Life? All right. So with all that, and you don't have to believe what I believe. This is what I believe. This is what I believe. At least I give you reasons why I believe it. I'm not just saying, oh, he's Michael, just because I want to say it. There's a whole bunch of reasons. And guess what? All the evidence that I have in the Alive trilogy, that doesn't change. None of that changes because now he wants to be Bobby Anderson. It don't change. None of it changes. That stuff still happened. Period. Period. All right. So anyway, so let's get to this one. Thank you, Michael. Okay, for this one. All right, here we go. This is from the estate. This is from the estate. Okay, few days, the 23rd. I'm two different people. On and off stage, but I found a personality that's me. I can't get away from that, Michael Jackson. Okay, I am two people. On and off stage. On stage, he's Michael Jackson. Off stage, right now, he's Bobby Anderson. But I found a personality that's me. I can't get away from that. Okay, that's Michael. Okay? And they show the Beat It Michael, right? Because I think he's wearing the Beat It jacket, right? And that was way back in the 80s, the early 80s, right? He's been doing it for years. He's good at it, right? So if anybody wants to sit there and tell me I'm crazy, no. And plus, there's no proof that this Bobby Anderson is who I'm talking to on the phone. Where are videos of me on the phone with him? Was somebody in the room and saw him on the phone talking to me? No, you just kind of put, you guys like assuming, because it comes from the same account, that that's Michael. Just like they assumed that that dead body was Michael's. That wasn't, because it came from his house. That was a body double. Michael plays a lot of games. Okay, he plays a lot of games. All right, I am two people, right? Of course he's two people. Bobby Anderson, I bet he got a disguise that looks just like Bobby. Sometimes it's the real Bobby and sometimes it's Michael. When the eyes are real little, that's Michael dressing up as Bobby Anderson. And then there's the Bobby Anderson. Because if you got a lot of money, you can get somebody to make, there's plenty of statues that look like Michael. There's plenty of masks that look like Michael. It's easy. If you have the money, you can afford it, you can do it. Michael's supposed to be dead, so of course he's going to be someone else. Of course. But all those things, the whole story of the rare pearl, the whole story of the hot chocolate, the whole story of Bad 25 with the wink wink, nod nod with Justin Bieber, okay, the tweet 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 tweet, remember? Okay, the Peter Pan play with Janet Jackson. All the Soul for Gold from Ashes with feedback, all that stuff still happened. Him telling me I'm going to see LaToya and Brenda Ritchie and Jeffrey at the Polo Lounge minutes before I walked into the Polo Lounge. All that stuff still happens, and it will never, ever not have happened. Okay? So no matter what he does, I will always know that that was Michael Jackson. And there's three voices I told you guys about. One is Michael, one is Bobby, and one is Michael with the disguise in his mouth, with the impediment, with the thing in his mouth. Okay, remember I did the device that changes your pronunciation. Okay, so just know that this has been set up a long time ago. He already told me that in that email, right? Right? You guys go back and watch the Alive trilogy, or the live docu-series, because there's 4 and then there's Suicide. Go back and watch. He says right here, I am 2 people. Okay? He was also Sulfur, Go From Ashes, and Pablo. Remember I showed you that in Alive 3? Wasn't that fun? Okay? And I told you guys in Alive 3, Bobby Anderson could be a real person too. I showed you guys them on the boat. Okay? Him predicting the Anderson family being on a boat when he was on a boat the day before. Okay? This is not hard to do. It's not hard to do. Okay? So, and it's illegal in California for someone to record your conversations without their permission. I've never given permission for anybody to record my telephone conversations. It's illegal. It's illegal. Okay? So you don't have him on the phone. None of these people that don't believe me were in with Bobby Anderson, in the house with Bobby Anderson while he was on the phone talking to me. None of them were. Okay? So therefore, there's the only way for all of this to exist at the same time and space, okay, is that Michael faked his death, Michael used a decoy, and the decoy is Bobby Anderson. And it's Michael Jackson. So if Michael ever felt like he was going to get caught, oh no, it's not Michael. It's really him. It's really him. Right? It's really him. All right. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of bring that up to you guys. Did I do everything? Yeah, that's about it. So I just wanted you guys to know that with nobody in the room recording it, him on the phone with me, and I didn't give permission for nobody to record my conversations on the phone. Okay, so you might have Bobby Anderson in a room on the phone. It don't mean that he's talking to me. And you can't prove he was talking to me. You know why? Because it's illegal to record someone in California without their permission. So I just wanted to kind of go over that. I heard his real voice. Yeah, I've heard Michael's voice. Sometimes I would hear just Michael for weeks. And I would never hear the Bobby Anderson voice. I would just hear the Michael. And a lot of times when it's quiet on the phone, there's not that many words spoken. That's Michael using Bobby Anderson trying to get some info from you. All right. So anyway, guys, I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas, and we have a Happy New Year coming. And I love you guys. And but I'm glad Neverland is off the books. Gone. Okay? Gone. Oh, and another thing. Tom Barak, he probably should sue Wade and James and HBO and Dan Greed. Okay, he needs to sue them for devaluing that property like that. Okay, he needs to sue them. Okay, for naming the film Leaving Neverland, because that means that he had to. They made it into. They lied about child molestation happening there. Lied about it. Okay, and who really wants to pay top dollar for property that somebody thinks a grown man was molesting little kids at? It's awful. It's just terrible. It's just terrible. Just terrible. So, Tom Barak, a colony capital, you should go after Wade, James, HBO, and Dan Greed too. Also, there's been a lot of confusion, and I think I talked about this, which is the estate's win, okay, with winning the appeal. The appeal, Michael Jackson never lost anything that had to do with HBO. HBO lost, saying that they wanted a real trial instead of arbitration, but the contract that was signed in 92 clearly said if there's a dispute, it's arbitration. So a year worth of just nonsense when the contract clearly stated it, go through all that, and the only people getting paid is the lawyers. Okay, just for the appeals to court to go, duh, is right here. It says any disputes will be arbitrated. Why did that have to go through a year, hearing after hearing, appeal, all that other stuff? just like the contract states, perpetual. Perpetual means forever, ever, ever, ever. That they're not supposed to disparage Michael. It didn't say up until, 5 years from now. It did not say in quote unquote death. It said forever. Because somebody as big a status as Michael, there needs to be a law against defamation of quote unquote dead people. But Michael Jackson isn't dead. Okay, nothing proves that Michael Joe Jackson is dead. Nothing. And I still challenge anyone in the world to prove to me that Michael Joe Jackson is dead. Because that's his real name. And then according to the CDC and the Department of Public Health, you have to use their full true name. No assumed names and no AKAs, also known as, can be entered into the death record, quote unquote. Okay? So, and nothing? Not one death document is in the name of Michael Joe Jackson? Not one? Not one? Nothing in his real name? Nothing? His real name hasn't been used throughout this entire death saga. Okay? Because he's not dead, because he faked his death, because haters that don't have nothing to do, have no lives, trying to extort money, trying to destroy a black man's success due to white supremacy and racism and pure jealousy and hatred, wanted to take my boy down. Michael, you don't have nothing to worry about. Oh, and then I did make another tweet. Okay, I did. I did make another tweet. Trump pardoning all kind of people, right? Even though he gonna pardon his kids, right? Who they haven't been charged with any crimes, any federal crimes, right? He's gonna pardon himself, right? Right? So that means that some people say when somebody gets pardoned, it's an admission of guilt. Okay, but who's not going to take a pardon? I will pardon you for everything that you've done up until this day. I'll take it. With you, just in case somebody tries to railroad you. A lot of innocent people go to jail. Okay, a lot of innocent people have been found guilty. A lot of innocent people that were on death row have died. Okay, innocent. Okay, and have been found guilty. So I was thinking that Trump, he should give Michael an honorary pardon. Okay, so Michael can come back freely. Okay, he can come back freely, right? Because right now, with Wade and James and all this leaving Neverland bull crap, lies, which we found 60 lies. There ain't no truth in 60 lies. I'm sorry, about one specific thing. 60 lies. That means that it's all a lie. Okay? Because the truth don't change. The truth can go all around the world and come back and it's still the truth. Remember one person said that in the Trial and Triumph? Remember that? Okay. The truth is the truth. Okay? So Trump, I know I'm not a Trump supporter. Even though a Celebrity Apprentice was my favorite show. Cecil and I love that show. Okay? I liked Ivanka. I liked Don Jr. I liked Trump during The Apprentice. Celebrity Apprentice and Apprentice. I liked that show. I really did. I was sad to see it go. So I did not start off as a Trump hater. I didn't. He earned me not supporting it. He earned that. Good people on both sides. Barack wasn't born here. His white supremacist ways. One black person in his cabinet. Well, two, the Surgeon General. In his cabinet. What about the black women in cabinet? Okay. He pardoned Alice because the Kardashians told him to. One black lady. Okay. Come on, Trump. Come on, man. Come on. Okay. I would have supported you. I really, really would have. But when you called Mexican rapists come down the escalator, I was like, can't do it. And I think it's cold-blooded right now that people were thinking they were going to get $600 in the next week, and you talking about 2,000, but really you're not really meaning 2,000. You just want to hold it up and punish America because you got voted out of office. That's cold. And then you're not going to fund the military. That's some cold-blooded stuff, Trump. That's cold-blooded. Come on now, have a heart. Have a heart, man. Come on. Anyway, I wish everybody the best. It is Christmas time. And I love you guys. And I wish you all the best. And there was no cheating. You know, you can't find it. Can't find it. Can't find it. All right. Can't find it. All right. Words coming out of the mouth. Can't believe words coming out of the mouth. You can't. You gotta see. You gotta see proof. Just like in my live docu-series. And you guys, please watch it. You guys know I bring it. I bring it. So if anybody ever wanted to take me to court about Michael faking his death, I got it. Okay? I got a million reasons why I believe it. Number one, ain't nothing in his real name that says he's dead. Nothing. Everybody called me crazy. Everybody called me crazy. Not everybody. You fans don't call me crazy. You believers. Because you looked and said, no, she ain't crazy. She's brilliant because Michael's brilliant and I'm just a reporter. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go now. And I wish you guys the best. Oh, did you like my outfit? It's Calvin Klein. Yeah. Right. And Cecil gave me this for Christmas. See, it's a Swarovski crystal necklace. And then you guys know that Khalil bought me these Swarovski half moon earrings. Swarovski. All right, guys. So anyway, guys, I love you and I hope everyone had a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. And I will see you next time. Ciao. I'm going to go through this, make sure there's no questions. Okay, hold on. Let me see. I'm sorry. I know I keep saying bye. No questions. No questions. I'm just going through this. Guys. Yeah, Susan Moore. Yeah, a lot of people have died. Shamar Moore, guys, got tested positive for COVID. So we wish him the best. And we wish everybody the best. And I know some fans are kind of going through it, their family members, and I wish you the best. I don't want to say your name because I don't know if it's okay for me to say your name, but I'm thinking about you guys and I do say prayers. So there's no questions. I love you guys. See you next time. Bye. For real this time. Bye.